honest guide to home repair is painting chairs. Painting socks? Oops. Hello, I'm Beth the Builder, and this week's honest guide to home repair is painting chairs with socks. Okay, so I saw this paint hack on the internet a while back for painting like spindles and wood carved things with a sock on your hand. Alright, so I'm always like wicked skeptical of like paint hacks because they're always like, paint your electrical outlets or paint your bathtub. And I'm like, really? Are you serious right now? Is that really the best choice for how to DIY or, you know, like make over that thing? Are you serious right now? Or like some paint hacks with spray paint, it's just like, don't spray paint that thing. Just go buy some paint, you idiot. And like some of them was just like obviously too good to be true. Like obviously you didn't use just one thing to make over that whatever the But because I have 4 spindly chairs to paint to match the table that I upcycled, check that out, and I put one coat on one of the chairs and it took me like an hour. And I was like, this is way too much friggin' work, and I don't even care about these chairs that much. So I figured, why not try it? I got nothing to lose. I got a bunch of chairs to paint. So these are my findings. Do it. Put socks on your hands and paint shit. I can't turn off my camera because I have socks on my hands. So it was actually easier to avoid like drips around every edge, as well as like I could actually fit my hand in between each spindle really easily rather than trying to fit like a flat brush around the like in between things and like get around all the corners. Anywhere that your hand can fit, you can paint. So painting spindles or kind of like carved things, you have to do a lot of little coats because if you just slap one heavy coat on something that has a bunch of edges and corners, it's just going to end up running and dripping and you're going to have like weird blobs of paint. So this definitely avoided that. I'm honestly pretty dang impressed. I was super skeptical, as I always am, of paint hacks, and this one was like well worth it. So even the seats of the chairs, I didn't need to use my socked hands. I could have just used a paintbrush, but I wanted to do the whole thing with my sock hands to really show like the pros and cons of it. And I thought maybe it would leave behind like weird like strokes in the paint from the texture of the sock, and it really didn't, which like also impressed me. So you'd never want to do this for like a large area or even something that's just a flat surface, because like why would you do that? You can use a paintbrush or a roller and it'd be so much faster. But for weird spindly things, like totally worth it. So I would say try this paint hack. It's a huge time saver and you don't have to buy anything for this. You just use some holey socks or socks that don't have a mate and paint that weird thing. I think the other choice for painting weird spindly things is obviously spray paint, but spray paint is expensive and you know, aerosol cans aren't doing anybody any favors. So if you've got some socks and just some normal paint, you can sock paint them with your hands. So I actually have a Pinterest board that's called Pinterest, You're Out of Control. So it's a shared board with me and my sisters, and we would pin and share like DIY projects and like recipes and like homemaking things that are just like so bananas. Like horrible and weird and like uncomfortable and just like no one is gonna do that. Make this Christmas tree out of pasta and spray paint. No one wants to do that, and it's weird, and everyone's gonna look at that and be like, why'd you spray paint this pasta, Karen? Or, you know, like, make your leftover jeans into a halter top. No, don't do that. It's weird, and it's never gonna look as cool as that busty blonde with triple D boobs in that picture. It's never going to look like that. So I'll link that Pinterest board below because it's pretty funny. I think it's got some pretty great DIY projects that fall into the same category of like of what I'm talking about, of like paint hacks that are just like garbage, and obviously this person didn't really do that, or it's obviously more complicated than this person made it sound. Alright, so I don't think this will be the last review of DIY projects and shit like that. There are a ton out there, and some of them just do not need to exist. And I think it is a disservice to people who genuinely need help to put a dumb blog out there that really isn't all that helpful. You can leave it to me, I won't pull any punches, I got nothing to lose. I mean, what, some blogger is gonna get mad at me? I mean, well, have a better blog. Have a better DIY thing. Don't tell people to spray paint pasta. So yeah, in the future, I'll have more reviews about DIY projects and hacks and things like that that I've tried, and whether or not it's worth it. So, overall, a solid paint hack. I don't really have any cons for this. I think it was really, really easy, and it actually worked, which, you know, some paint hacks, it's like, why the f*** are you recommending this? Are you serious right now? Do you think that this is better than doing it just the normal way? It's not a paint hack if it's worse, or it takes more time, or it's stupid. Whatever. So if you want more honest home repair and DIY videos, subscribe. I have new videos every Friday. I have links in the description of where you can follow me and find more of Beth the Builder. Otherwise, like or don't. Do what you want, live your life, and thanks for watching.